We need to bring in Intrepid Capital Fund's President Mark Travis because, Mark, you've got $1 billion in assets. This market is charging ahead. The volatility index or fear is going down. Does this excite you or worry you?
Well, it actually worries me, Liz. I think the low volatility perpetuates the indexation at all costs, where kind of size trumps value from my perspective. And as hard as it is to believe, I've been in the industry now 33 years. And some of what I see in what are known now as the FANG stocks reminds me of the late 90s in telecom, media, and telephony. So you've got the Fed and the central planners, as I call them, suppressing rates. I don't think it's really worked as well as most people like, as evident by your prior discussion on income inequality.
Well, can I jump in? Absolutely. Sure. The income inequality and maybe some asset bubbles forming. Do you see any of that? And by the way, I am not a negative person. The Dow is up 78 points. It's great for the bulls as we continue to rise. And I believe the economy is slowly really kind of gaining some speed here. But you sound more concerned than usual. So where do you put your money?
Well, Liz, look, I would tell anybody that's a long-only portfolio manager like I am, you better be optimistic. So I'm cautiously optimistic, but I also know that over time, most people buy high and sell low. And so I try to, in managing the portfolio, try to prevent my shareholders from doing that. It's difficult even with our best attempts. So, you know, the way I would look at it is you've got the broad market is 20 times EBITDA to enterprise value, which, if you think about it in the simplified terms, is a 5% pre-tax yield if you wrote a check for the entire business, the debt, the equity, minus the cash in the enterprise. So you can replicate that yield, if you will, today in the high-yield market, which is, as I would point out, a superior claim to an equity. Okay. So there's not a broad dislocations between price and value, but we have a few that we found. We've had to look harder, farther, and wider.
Yeah, we just showed many of them, and we're going to put them up on Facebook.com/Liz Klayman. But you get to preside over what appears to be, Mark, an all-time new record for the S&P 500. Thank you so much.
I'm glad to be here.
Anytime. Mark Travis of Intrepid gets the history day here. Yeah, and again, we have to see how it closes, but Dow 20,000, we're 21,000. We're above that by 10 points, and the S&P looks to break a new ceiling, 2405. David